Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hello, hello. Get my bearings here. All right, there we go.
My bearings.
My bearings. North, south, east, west.
Bear's already here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you didn't get it. I had to really hammer it.
Bearings.
Mm-hmm.
Bearings.
Now it's extra funny because I explained it.
Yep. You're entirely right about that. Fantastic. Bear, you have the PDF previews, right?
I do. You want to just hop right into those? Is that what we're...
Wait for a few people to join, and then we'll go into the PDF previews just to make sure that everyone gets to see them. And
While we wait for everyone to join, Elemental Dragons seems like a great time for me to pull out these prepared filler questions.
Oh, okay.
Nice. All right, go ahead.
You look prepped.
I can't do all the cards because I only drew it once, so I have to
Just leave that one in
and then
front.
themselves. Yeah, I just have to leave this one right here.
Nice.
Hey, Nord Games et al. Would you rather have a pet dragon that sneezes firebolts or farts thunderclaps?
Oh man.
Let's see. Wait, what are my options?
Sneezes,
have a pet
firebolts, or
dragon.
farts, thunderclaps.
Yeah.
You have a pet dragon, you're welcome.
We'll do...
But now we've got options. Would you rather it sneezes firebolts or farts thunderclaps?
I do sneezes for sure.
Yeah, I might do sneezes as well. I don't know how much like sulfur smell I can handle if it's gonna be farting thunderclaps all
Because
the
it's
time.
like 300-foot range. At that point, you can't live anywhere. Fire, you have a chance to extinguish. The farts, that's tough.
Well, it just destroys like everything around you, or knocks it away at least. Like,
Not on purpose. This is like a nice dragon.
I guess like, you can keep it outside, like all the time.
Yeah,
For the
but
fire
then
one,
they're like,
it might just burn things down.
Just
So
burns
actually,
down the whole village. Yeah.
yeah.
I still think sneezes
Either
though.
way,
Yeah.
either way, you gotta go off grid. I feel like there's no way to stay in polite society with either of them.
No.
It's just a matter of okay.
That's not happening.
Thank you for your feedback. This will be helpful.
We're gonna live in the woods. Well, maybe not in the woods. We gotta live like in the ashlands where everything's already been on fire. Yeah.
That's good. I'm
There's
glad that
nothing
this
flammable.
exists.
Or just make everything out of stone.
Yeah, live underground with the dwarves. But if there is nothing to burn, then I think it's less of a risk that way.
Yeah.
Good question though. Keep them coming. This is hard
You're
hitting.
so welcome. Yeah. I am thematic. The cloak was just wearing that today. Didn't even put that on. Okay. Would you rather befriend an ancient dragon or become one?
We'll become one 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my vote too.
Yeah.
It would be incredibly painful. Like I just see that transformation happening and like how incredibly painful that would be.
I didn't say it had to hurt. What the
I was
hell?
gonna say, I don't picture it being too bad. I mean, once you're a dragon, you can transform anyways a lot of the time.
It's magic. Yeah,
So-
I feel like once you're ancient, the chances of you being able to whoopie-doo around as a normal human again are pretty high.
Yeah, they're pretty
I
high.
know.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something wrong with me, but I just envision like transformations to be
You went right to him.
American Werewolf in London, kind of. You know,
A close up of the back of the cards. You
yeah.
got it. Oh, never mind. Oh, god.
Oh.
Blurry. Oh,
Oh,
no,
it's
blurry.
blurry.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
You should just post a
Oh, no,
picture in Discord.
Jesus.
Post a picture in Discord.
Yeah, I'll send a picture
There
in
you go.
Discord. There's the
Perfect.
dragon.
Perfect.
There you
This
go.
just says Elemental Dragons. You don't need that.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, close up
Keep
picture in Discord
alive.
for sure.
I love that we've got positivity here. Thank
This is a
you.
lie.
Yeah.
No, I tend to think of American Werewolf in London whenever I think of transformations and stuff like that. So, yeah, pretty gnarly.
You have so many non-gnarly options. It's magic. It's
yeah.
polymorph.
Well,
Why'd you
let
go
him-
to grotesque like
That's what he wants to believe. That's what he gets. So.
I guess the world is your oyster, man. You don't gotta add the pain. All right. Would you rather? And we're getting away from Elemental Dragons here. Pain builds character. So glad we're all optimistic here, and I love that.
So some say.
Yeah, or so some say. Ooh. We're getting away from Elemental Dragons here. We're never going to get to the PDF previews, and that's fine.
No, that's fine.
These are funny.
Yeah.
Would you rather be forced to narrate your entire life as if you were GMing, or be forced to roll for every daily task against a standard DC?
Okay, I have to admit something. My wife can tell you, I often will talk about what I'm doing as if I were GMing. So, like, for example,
to ask your wife. You do that at work.
Well, yeah, that's true. But oftentimes, like, we'll be in the kitchen and I'll like stub my toe or something, and I'll be like, oh, failed dexterity saving throw or whatever, And now she's gotten to the point where she'll do it too, where I'll like toss her the keys and she'll not catch them, and she'll be like, oh, fail, like failed my dexterity check. And I'm like, yep, amazing. But between that and all the Lord of the Rings references, our house is it's got a lot going on with the nerddom. So I do that all. Well, I do that already, and so I would say I would probably go for that. But the other part intrigues me, but I would hate to fail at some of the most mundane tasks simply because there is always that chance of failure on the D20. So, interesting side note to that, Dungeon Master tip, and Bear pointed this out to me not long ago when we were talking about playing some games. He said that the way that I run my games is unique in that I remove a lot of rolling to speed things along, and it's mostly because I usually run con games, and we only got like 3 hours, to play. And
con means conventions, not just for convicted felons. Continue.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like con game, like a dice games and stuff. Anyway, well, they are dice games. Anyway, so oftentimes I will just ask who is proficient at a certain skill, and I'll inform them that they see the thing or notice the thing or they're able to unlock the thing or whatever without a dice roll, because it's sort of like a passive thing, like passive perception. But if you've already got, proficiency in this skill or that skill, then I'm not going to make you roll to do a thing that shouldn't require a roll. And so, if it's close enough. So it's like you're already close enough, or you're over it with your passive sleight of hand. So I'm just going to let you do that thing, and it really speeds up the gameplay. And it makes
helps a lot.
It also helps to like allow each player to shine in a specific area during the game, which I think is cool. Every game session, we tend to have like a debrief at the end, like, oh man, Alex did so good with that one thing, and Julia did that thing, and sort of like elevate everybody at the table in their own ways, which is cool.
I'd go for rolls though, for sure.
Yeah,
It'd make life interesting. It'd be kind of fun.
Then it make it interesting, but also if I'm going to like make curry and I cut potatoes and I roll a 1 and my hand's gone, that sucks. I would have rather been narrating about cutting potatoes.
I guess so. Yeah.
Neither option's good.
Yeah, one is definitely less dangerous than the other. That's for sure.
Yeah. Also, Lord of Eat, the element of surprise dragon is definitely one that is recommended and possible. So what would it look like? You might actually see.
Yeah.
That very well could be like a funny thing in the other dragons section.
I put it in the other dragons, right under Mimic Dragon, which I'm very about.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
So the dragon of surprise. Surprise is element. I mean, it's just funny, and you might as well do it. So.
I also thought it'd be fun to do a dragon whose element is danger, but it's actually a very safe. Like it's all PR. He's actually one of the least dangerous dragons. He's just like,
it's just my name. Okay.
It's just my name. Yeah. They said with proper marketing, I could belong amongst my kin, but it's yet to work. Yeah.
And don't forget the flump dragon. Yeah, that's not happening. We're not doing a flump dragon.
I love flumps. They're just little guys.
They're just little guys. No, it's true.
They're just little guys.
Yeah.
I love them. Okay, should we actually one more? We could do one more.
All right, we got time. Okay. I mean, you prepared them, so.
Yeah. Oh, I prepared way more than we need. These might be for future streams. I'll just cross off the ones that we use. Yeah, I got excited. which I know is shocking for me. Which one's most fun? That one's obvious. Oh, okay, we can go with a classic. Would you rather fight 10 corgi-sized baby dragons or 1 ancient dragon-sized corgi? First, imagine it. You're welcome. Second, then you can answer.
I think I'd fight the ancient dragon-sized corgi.
I
think so too.
Yeah, but I wouldn't
Baby
fight
dragons are unpredictable.
Plus I
corgis
feel
are my favorite dog, so I would totally like animal handling and,
I know.
and try to make it my pet.
yeah,
The corgi is ancient dragon is massive,
yeah, they are.
but it's still a corgi.
Exactly.
So it's still probably
it didn't change his
so cute.
personality.
No. He's
They're
just
the best.
accidentally destroying cities as he and runs around. But we can make it work.
Yeah, I cast throw stick.
Dude, I was gonna say its stick is a whole tree at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay. Good. Well
Good
done.
questions. Hard-hitting stuff, Megan. I appreciate it.
I am a good journalist. You're welcome. Okay, you talk about stuff.
Oh,
All right,
yes.
we
Okay,
can
actually,
hop over to
sure.
the previews.
Yeah, let's take a look at the previews. And Caleb, you're our silent partner, it seems, today. Feel free to jump in. I know you were having a little munch earlier, but maybe you're done with that and you want to join the conversation.
Yeah,
True. Which one would you fight?
I'll be
No.
insane. What was the question?
Yeah, you didn't answer any questions, you dingus.
10 corgi-sized dragons, or would you fight 1 ancient-sized corgi?
This is why I asked the
I'd rather
question.
take on
Exactly.
the one ancient-sized corgi, I think.
Yeah,
The
Yeah.
correct
It
response.
is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we're all in the same boat here.
Oh, but Caleb, would you rather have a pet dragon that sneezes firebolts or farts thunderclaps?
Let's go with the sneezing one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think so.
Also, I'm glad that we're all on the same page.
Everything's gonna burn. Oh, nice bear. Very nice. Now we can see it perfectly.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I'll get there.
So anybody who is curious about the PDF previews, just take a look at the latest update on the Kickstarter page. And we put out the Bestiary and Crafting Guide PDF preview last week, and then just now, we put out the PDF preview for the campaign setting. So if anyone's curious, throw some questions and comments and stuff like that into the chat. We're happy to answer anything there. Layout's not final for this, but we're kind of sizing up, getting an idea for how these might look. We included 6 different dragons and 4 stat blocks for each dragon. Plenty of content for you guys to play around with. My favorite artwork in this whole thing would have to be at the Earth Dragons. I think it's page 12 or 15, maybe.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. One of our artists, I mean, I make the art briefs and give ideas and like examples and stuff of the kind of stuff that I'm looking for. But when the sketch came through, I was like, oh my God, just go with that. Like, go for it. And this piece just turned out so amazing. And I've got it standing in for the Earth Dragons chapter start, but we'll probably have a different piece for that. It's the Forest Dragon Bear. This is the Jade Dragon.
Yeah, it's just going through it.
Yep. And then
Patience.
Yeah.
Patience, my pet.
There you go.
There it is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Forest Dragon. So, yeah, really cool creature. Stoked about how it turned out, and yeah, just couldn't be happier. Yeah, the artwork for this book has been incredible to see coming together, and really happy with how it's looking. We've got about 4 different artists working on this right now. Here's one of my favorite, the Sand Dragon.
Yeah.
Sort of a modification on a creature that we made during the Monster Generator Kickstarter campaign.
Yeah,
So-
the worm that would make tunnels.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was fun.
So, yep. Excellent. So, yeah, everybody, please go and download the preview and check that out. Let's have a look at the
think this is
campaign
my
setting
favorite artwork.
preview.
I love the Gem Dragon.
I love the
Gem
Gem
Dragons.
Dragon, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yep. Little clutch of gem dragons. So yeah, these guys are super small. They're like, when they're hatchlings, they're just little teeny tiny guys, and then the ancient version doesn't get bigger than like a large dog. So they stay pretty small relative to most other dragons.
Great news about the size.
Yeah, good news. So here's the campaign setting PDF preview.
So hard to slow scroll. There we go.
You can do the slow scroll. Yeah. So Megan, you can talk about this one.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, this is the book I'm working on. So this campaign setting is a preview of one of the, as of right now, like 12 main regions in the 4 main realms, but then there's also going to be a 5th underground realm that was unlocked thanks to stretch goals. So now we have a 5th realm that's connecting everything underground. But this region is the desert region called Zircon. And Zircon has, it's a big, magically ever-shifting desert, which is as dangerous as it sounds. So you could like drop your canteen and you go to pick it up and you can't pick it up because you have been teleported 100 miles away and you didn't know. Civilizations don't really work here aside from the main one at the center that's got some cool arcane barriers, and there's a lot of cool dragons here, obviously, I would hope, because that's sort of the thing. But scrolling by right now is the D20 random roll encounter table for the shifting desert.
Can you take us back up there, Bear? Yeah, this is really cool. 20 different things that can happen in the shifting sands.
Yeah, so the idea with it is that, and I gave like different rules and things for how you can GM it. It's really up to the GM whether you want to do like once per day or multiple times per day. Want to roll to see if a shift happens, and then you could also just do it narratively if you're like, I don't want to be beholden to that many rolls and remember that. Then you can just sort of kind of shift as it would work narratively. But for the encounter table, there's 20 different ideas of things that you could find in the desert. Obviously, dragons are part of that. Whether you've got that sand dragon burrowing out in the beginning, or maybe a sunstone dragon flashes through and everyone's got like blinded eyes and is seeing after images for a bit, but there's a little sunstone left over. Or maybe you find the ruins of something underground and then you enter and then gravity feels strange. What the heck's happened there? I don't know. Or maybe you find someone wandering and you're like, hey, that could be a friend, and then they creepily shamble towards you and you're like, oops, mistaken. Lots of different things that you can find in the desert. Yeah, oops, I may have assumed. So yeah, lots of different stuff in the encounter table, but yeah, all of this region and pretty much all of the 12 main regions are going to have at least 8 different points of interest. And so the shifting expanse is just one of 8 points of interest. So that whole encounter table and all the details and ideas and stuff, that's just one. But then there's like the hatchery, for instance, is definitely an end game or like high tier 4 play area where a bunch of dragons go to this arcane river. It does not have water. It is just pure magical energy that is very conducive for hatching broods. So it is almost every dragon that you can find there fighting over territory to hatch their young, and it's très dangerous, so watch out for that. But there's lots of different cool points of interest, and there's like certain points of interest will have their own stat blocks of unique creatures you could find there, or items in any of the adventure hooks. All points of interest have at least 2 adventure hooks, sometimes more. So you can kind of drop into an area, and if it sounds cool, then you pick an adventure hook and you send your players. So yeah, this one for the hatchery, the tier 4 adventure hook is a threat to cosmic balance, where you get approached in a dream, a shared dream with your party, by an ancient aether dragon. And aether dragons in the book are kind of like cosmic watchers and guides. So they are always keeping an eye on the balance of the realm. And so your party is approached by a dragon who says, hey, some ancient dragons are banding together because they're tired over fighting territory, and they have a plan to burst the river. So they are intending to flood the realm with the magic flowing out of the river, so that way dragons have more space in order to hatch their young, which could be very catastrophic. So it is up to the party to go and try and stop that effort if they are able. So all sorts of adventure hooks. Just this chapter has, I think, 15, 16 adventure hooks in it. The book will have over 200, and then those will be in an appendix where you could even just random roll for an adventure hook. Don't have to plan a thing. Just find one, learn about the region, and then hop right in. So
Nice.
that's kind
The
of the
whole
goal.
idea is try to be modular, try to give you lots of different options at various tiers of play. So no matter what kind of party you have, you've got something you can do. And plus, sort of drag and drop, plug and play, if you will. So you could take anything from this book and put it into your own world that you're building, no problem.
Yes, so that's a big thing. Is so at least I don't know. I know we've experienced this, but I've also talked with other GMs who've experienced this. Campaign settings are so overwhelming to me.
Yeah.
And that's why I think it's kind of ironic to be writing one now, because I don't use them. But I think the reason I don't use them is because I feel the need to memorize the whole thing before I start. Like, I feel like I need to become an expert on the world before I can run a game in it.
It does feel that
So-
way. It definitely does.
Right? So I'm like, I wish that there was an option, and so that's kind of the option I'm trying to create, is that of these 4 main realms, so we've got the cardinal directions, northeast, southwest realms, and then the realm underneath it all, so 5. But the 4 main ones were, at least the lore I came up with that explains it, is that they're all very, they have very hard boundaries between them, very solid arcane boundaries that prevent the realms from kind of even interacting with each other unless they go through that underground realm. So it means that over time, each of these realms has really developed in a silo. So their culture, their people, the way that they view dragons, how they interact with them, what dragons are there, is very unique to each region. So if you wanted to GM a game, you could only learn about the realm that you're most interested in and then just start there. You don't need to know about the other 3 realms yet, or ever, if you decide to never go there. Or what's really nice is the realms, having those hardline barriers means that you could drop it into an existing setting as well. So like if I was in a game that I already made a homebrew world and I want to include one of these realms as like a demi-plane or like an alternate slice of the material plane, I could just include the realm that I'm most interested in and drop it in without having to learn about the rest of the campaign settings. So the goal is for it to be very modular. Even within the regions like Felzara, this capital is a pretty contained capital. You could drop that into any realm that has magic or dragons and it would work. So you don't even have to take the rest of the desert. If you read the desert and you're like, good for you, Megan, I don't want it, but I like your capital, then I'm like, great, steal the capital, and then you don't have to learn about anything else. So that's kind of the overall design philosophy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like when things become drag and drop, it becomes so much easier to implement in my own homebrew or in my own worlds.
Oh, yeah.
Or a lot of the time when you get a campaign setting, you're like, it's all or nothing. It's like,
I know.
I really have to throw everything in here for it to make sense.
Or you go to a thing, campaign settings, I do a lot of like flipping back and forth because then it's like, okay, I read something I'm interested in, but they're referencing these 2 organizations that are warring, and I'm like, okay, great. So I go to the organization section and I read about the organizations, and I'm like, okay, but they're tied to this thing. And so I tried to make it like, lore is available but optional, and things are relatively self-contained within the realms, but also within the regions within the realms. So
Yeah,
hopefully
try to
it
make
works.
it to where every single header is something that you can just pluck that whole section away and use it, or the larger concept with everything below it and use that as well. So yeah, however you want to use it, that's what we're trying to design here. And
Yeah.
I think it's looking great so far, and I'm just super excited. Reading through all the stuff that's being created and how it ties to the dragons from the Bestiary is very cool too. And all the stat blocks for the dragons that are mentioned will also be in this book. So if for some reason you want just this book and not the Bestiary, all of that will be covered in this book. You won't need to have also the Bestiary to get the stat block for a particular dragon.
Yeah. No, it's cool stuff.
Loving it. And yeah,
Also,
each section
fun
will
fact.
have a region map and all the different points of interest called out on it as well. So you've got the like world map, realm map, region map. So each section you get closer and closer, and we'll probably also have settlement maps and stuff like that as well too.
Oh,
so
yeah.
You'll have
Yeah,
those,
especially for the
at
big
your
ones.
disposal. Yeah.
Yeah. And just a fun fact, the inspiration for this one. So I knew I wanted to do a desert region for the preview. And so the desert region itself, the idea for that, I grew up in a desert, the Mojave Desert in California. And it's just a shout out to any sad people who have been there or lived there also, because we're trying. People who are living out there are just doing their best. But so this desert is a high desert that was inspired by where I grew up. And then when I was thinking of, so I was doing research on different types of deserts. Palmdale, where I'm from, is a rain shadow desert, which means that it's dry because the mountains catch all the moisture and then none of it goes down into the now desert place. And so I was looking up cool ways to make, I was like, what can I do to make the mountain range more magical that would catch all that moisture? And I was looking through dragons. Also, fun fact, in Palmdale, there is a region of Palmdale, or like close to it, called Quartz Hill. And Quartz Hill High School always had, they would always beat us and everything. And so everyone was like, ugh, Quartz Hill. So I was like, let me look at the Quartz Dragons. And I was like, let me make Quartz Hills. So
Nice.
That's so funny.
the Quartz Mountain Range. And that's kind of where that came from. But then to fill it out, if anyone's checked out Oracle RPG or any of Nord's products that do have like random generator stuff, I used Wondrous Worlds and Dangerous Destinations a lot when I was making, like, fleshing out the different points of interest in this region. And so some really cool ideas came to make Quartz Hill not just a personal meme, but like the resonant peaks ended up being a really cool facet of this region. So it was a lot of fun.
Also using our Oracle RPG app, which is just about ready to be have the full a full version come out for everybody. Caleb's working on that literally all night. Last night,
probably working on it right now.
I saw a text message from him last night at around, I think, 2 a.m, and I was like, what are you still doing up and working on things? But that's the kind of dedication that he has to getting you guys that app as quickly as possible. And man, it is amazing. But yeah, using that in conjunction with our various books and stuff, I've got them all sitting here on the shelf. I guess we could do a little fun side thing. I actually have Wondrous Worlds in my hand.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah, this arrived and I had seen photos of it from production, and then this one showed up in the mail, and I was just like, this is amazing. I love it.
It's so pretty.
So, yeah.
It's always nice to see it coming along.
Yeah, so having a full, printed version now, and not just the PDF and
so
stuff.
Blurry.
It's really
so
amazing.
beautiful.
It's redacted, okay? It's you can't.
Yeah, it's redacted. We can only see it if Chris also presents his chin, which is unfortunate, but it works.
So, very, very happy with how that turned out, and available. I think it's on its way soon, and I think that we're shipping that out in January. So
yeah, the current date is looking to be January.
Yeah. Also, Lord of Pandora style floating mountains. They're not floating; they're like jutting out of the ground, but they're still cool.
Well, keep in mind that a lot of the artwork that we have in the preview is stuff that we are recycling from our existing products. There will be all brand new artwork for this product. There were just a few pieces that really worked well, so we're like, throw it in there, see how it looks.
It's better to have a visual than nothing, because we're still like doing art commission stuff, but like Nord has so much artwork now between all the stuff we've published that like we have just some cool deserts that help her.
And what's interesting about it too is there might be a few pieces that do stay in there sort of as a synergistic thing, where there's a bunch of Nord Games products that are all building like a world that we've got a lot
of NGU, the Nord Games universe.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
Well, I am just super stoked. Yeah, this is really fun, and I hope that everyone likes the Elemental Dragons approach, like what we're doing with it with 4 different books. If it is successful, we will continue revising our previous monster books and go back and do the same treatment with those. So Dreaded Cursed, for example.
Dreaded Cursed is one that people really,
Revenge
and that
of the
would be
Hoard.
so much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun to make a campaign setting, quest and Lairs guide, and all the treasure for that would be.
Oh yeah, for Dreaded.
So
yeah.
much fun.
That's true.
For Dreaded Accursed, oh my god, it writes itself.
Yep.
They're so spooky.
Yeah.
It'd be so fun.
So a similar treatment with that, I think, would be very good. And then, this whole thing is an experiment. We never know what these are going to do, but the reaction from the community has been very positive. So we appreciate that very much. And everybody backing the project, sharing with your friends has been huge. A lot of brand new people to Nord Games on this project. So that's been very
That's what's
encouraging.
wild. Yeah, a lot of new, like proportionally, surprisingly, a lot of new people who have never backed a Nord Kickstarter before.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really fun.
I hope that means we've got an awful lot of new players joining the 5e community. So
I hope so.
that'd be great. It seems like it's
Or
it's
everyone
still
just
doing...
had some really active moms. Maybe the moms are coming out of the current
I mean,
players. and they're like,
it's a possibility.
I had a
parents are
group
stepping
come
up.
through. Yeah, so I work. Just fun side note: the teas that are on the Kickstarter are partially because I work part time, mostly because I'm making my private cottage witch dreams come true. I work at a tea shop, and I had a pair of moms come through the other day that was just, we get a lot of middle-aged women who love tea. It's a good audience with them. But right as they were walking out the door, I heard one go, yeah, so I'm thinking barbarian or furball, and then the door closed and I was like, why did you say that when you left? We could have been something. They looked like they knit and made like clothes for their grandkids, like Christmas recitals. Like they were very
D&D.
stereotypical, like East. And she was like, she's like furball barbarian, not even just like elf or something. Furball barbarian. I almost closed the store because I was like, I gotta go see about a woman, and then just ran after a random.
Yeah, you should just ran out and opened the door.
Nice.
Come back.
I was like, yeah.
A similar thing happened with me. I was on a hike, like way out in the woods with some friends, and we were on this hiking trail, and there was a couple in front of us who we were walking a little bit faster than them, so we came up on them. It was a really big, like, fire road that we were on at the time, and we were like, if you don't mind, we'll join your party, kind of a thing, and made it more of an adventure kind of a thing. And they both said something about playing D&D, and I was like, oh, you guys play D&D? They're like, yeah. And we all started talking about adventures and stuff like that. And I was like, it's crazy how many people play role-playing games these days, and it's very encouraging. I love it.
It's very fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. It has expanded quite a bit. It's nice to see. And I know like the success of like Critical Role and also like the D&D movie and like other media starting to pick it up. It's pretty neat.
Well, also I've been seeing so many, like, Critical Role season 4 just started, and so that's like, and that's already blending to it, like with Brennan Lee Mulligan DMing now. That's like the Dimension 20 crowd and the Critical Role crowder. Like it's becoming so much more widely known. It's very fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
More people getting together, having fun. That's what it's all about. So
that's great.
Lord of East says they just finished a game session about an hour ago. So yeah,
Heck
good.
yeah.
Getting those games in. We've been talking about a Nord Games regular game with everybody in the Nord Games crew that we would get together on Discord, possibly record game sessions, and then cut them up and post them to our social media and stuff like that, just as a fun team building activity, as well as some members of the crew aren't as familiar with role-playing games as others. So I think that would be really, really fun to do that. So.
Maybe even GM'd in the campaign setting by the woman who wrote it.
Yeah.
That would be
That'd be
amazing.
awesome. That'd be next level.
It'd be fun. I had my boss too was like, it'd be really fun to like play in your campaign setting, and then if I ever have a question, I just ask you. And I'm like, or I'm your player and you do something and I'm like, that's wrong. Like,
that'd work too.
Not really. But yeah, I thought it was funny.
I like I said, I'm just happy that people are having fun with the hobby. So
It's so great.
However,
Well, I
often
also think
we can get into it.
Elemental Dragons is also, I think, what I like about it is I think it's approachable as a subject. Like, it's so widely applicable with like the bestiary, the campaign setting, all of it. I feel like you can really easily drop it into most fantasy settings. It's not like it's got its whole set of gods and rules and everything that makes it a very particular set. Like, and those kinds of settings are amazing, but they are also kind of daunting, and they're for a different, like, you really want to hop in and just be in that world, whereas this feels a little bit more modular, like we were talking about. So that's the goal anyway.
We definitely tried to have a certain theme that wasn't like really heavy, and it's sort of like when you pick up a book and it's all about like Greek mythology and stuff, like you're going to exist in that world for a while. There's not going to be, that'll be like the theme. And I just don't know if you're going to get overwhelmed at a certain point and be like, all right, this is a bit much, you know, a bit too much of that one topic. Whereas what we're trying to do with this is, the subject is elemental dragons, but there are hundreds of them, like all different shapes and sizes, and you know, themes and alignments and everything. So, and they're very easily slotted into just about any adventure, and we're trying to provide them where they live in lots of different environments. They have lots of different abilities, and it's not just, you know, the same dragons that, you know, we know and love, but there's nothing new or interesting necessarily that we haven't learned about them already. Whereas with something like this, your players won't know, well, what does this dragon do? Well, you're gonna have to find out, you know.
It's like familiar enough. It's a hard line to walk, but it is like, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel, but we are taking a bedazzler to the wheel. Like, it is just like, we're trying to keep it familiar but fun. And I think it's doing that. I think it's a lot of fun, but especially now getting into like fleshing out way more of the world and the adventures and everything, but having these elemental dragons and whatever they've got going on as a jumping off point. Like you said, you know, with your inspiration and like, how do I integrate, you know, this special type of quartz dragon, you know, into it? It's pretty neat. We got a lot of options. And going off that too, one of my favorite things is that all of Nord's stuff, like so much of Nord's focus has been on like generators and putting the creativity in the, like, just being a resource of which to kind of let the personal creativity bloom, and we're just sort of like the jumping off point. And so something that I talk about in the PDF preview, but also a big part of the book itself, is I'm going to be very clear about where I used which generators and for what type of stuff, because the goal here is the campaign setting is, yes, I made it for this thing, but we're not gatekeeping. Like, we want people reading the campaign setting if they want to make something like this too. Like, what if someone at home really likes our Dreaded Accursed and is like, I don't want to wait for you to make a Dreaded Accursed campaign setting, I want to do it. Then I want them to be able to do it. Like, I want to be able to put it here, okay, like, here's how I used Wondrous Worlds. Here are the times when I took something pretty verbatim that we had and jumped off of it. And here is one entry in Wondrous Worlds that made me laugh so hard that it then turned into its own thing and I ignored every other random roll I got. Like, it's just to help teach people how to use it, because also I think people can get very protective over their property, not just in the TTRPG community, but in gaming in general. And so I think, like, Nord is doing something where it's like, no, we want to be extremely upfront about how we're doing this, because we want you to be able to do it too. If you do it and then you don't buy our books anymore, awesome. I'm glad that you're making your own stuff. That's the end goal. You can also buy our campaign settings where we did the work for you, but we want you to be able to make it too. So I think that's fun.
We did it, on that note, we did a survey years and years ago, and we should probably do another survey soon, but it was full of really good information. And one of the biggest standouts of that information was that people were more interested in the nuts and bolts of adventures, that they could then make their own adventures rather than fully published works. Now, with what we're doing a whole, you know, variety of different books with this campaign, and not just the bestiary, which would be sort of, you know, some of the nuts and bolts that you would need. So we expanded it into a lot more, but that's really where our content generators come in, where we've got all these books and card decks and stuff like that, and the app that we've made that make it super easy to create content very, very quickly and then adapt it to whatever you've got going on. And so much of it is simply inspiration. You open up the book, you open up the card deck, you do a little bit of shuffling and play some cards, and then what that creates for you is a jumping off point. It may not be the end point of what you ultimately come up with, but it's at least something to get the creative juices flowing.
Yeah, it's so much fun too. Like it turned. So I've been a writer for a while. Like I do a lot of novel stuff, or I've even contributed to some of Nord's other books before. This is the most fun I've ever had writing. And it's because I get to, it's like we made a mini game out of writing, and then I get fun stuff and I get excited, and then all of a sudden it's 3 a.m. and my husband's like, you should probably sleep. And I'm like, hey, keep your thoughts to yourself. Like, I'm having fun. And
but I'm not done with my thought.
I know. And it's really fun. And so even if it's not this campaign setting, I use all of our stuff. This is my job, and I use it when I'm not at work. Like, it's really, really fun. And that's the thing that I really enjoy telling other people, because it's hard to communicate to them, like, yes, I know how it sounds, I know I work here, but it's really, really fun.
Yeah.
And I use it anyway.
The generators are something that is crazy. Like, whenever we do conventions or whenever I get to show it off to people who like don't think that they're savvy with this, like, I remember one time we were doing a local convention, and so it was more just hobbies in general and stuff like that. And people were walking by, and a bunch of people that I was demoing it to, the first thing they would say is like, oh, I'm not creative enough to do this. And I'm like, okay, well, let's try anyways, right? Here's some cards. We're going to do the story generator. And next thing you know, they're like going off on tangents and coming up and making stuff. And I'm like, yeah, it's that easy. Like, you can take the cards. Yeah.
Like, there's no wrong answer.
No, exactly.
Because even there have been times when I flipped cards, and the thing I end up with is so wildly different than what I started with that I'm like, technically the card still inspired this, but my brain took it in like 19 different directions, but it's still, that's what it's for, is just to sort of get you thinking.
If it gets the ball rolling and it starts to give you ideas and that spark, I think that's really what I set out to do with the products themselves. And sometimes the product, the original like seed of it was something that I wanted for myself, something that I thought would be useful for my own games. So there's a bit of selfishness in there, but it's always followed up by, I'll bet that other people would want to use this, if they had this in their collection on their shelf. I'll bet that they would use it. So I think that all in all, we've done a good job at identifying the kinds of things that most gamers would appreciate. You run into people all the time that say, I wouldn't need anything like that, and you're like, oh, fair enough, no problem.
And you don't, like, that's
but you run into an awful lot more people who do. They see it and they go, this would be extremely valuable for me. And we've actually crossed the stretch goal to add those content generators into these books. So we're actually putting those right into the books, into a certain section, so that you can actually generate your own dragons with an elemental twist to them. Generate your own quests and stuff like that, your own magic items. So these parts of these generators will end up in these books, which is really neat. And I think that they'll be rewritten to work for the book and the subject matter, but the concept is still there, the core concept. So you read the chat here.
Oh, I was giving my thoughts on where I stand if I'm Sith Empire or Rebel Scum. And
we're into Star Wars again. How about let's do this? Let's finish off with a few more of your questions.
Actually, I was going to say, I've got more.
That's perfect.
Go ahead.
I do have, speaking of dragons, so I found some extremely rudimentary dragon name generators online, that we are all going to come up with different dragon names for ourselves. It's those ones where it's like your first letter of first name, last name, birthday thing. So I found a few of those, and then I made my own, what would my name be as a dragon name, generator that we're gonna roll on. So
Okay.
Great.
yeah, to start out. So Megan, pull up things. Okay, so the first one we're going to do. I'll go each of you in turn. First letter of first name, the month you were born, and then the last letter of your last name. I, and you are so welcome for being in my presence, am Turquoise Fire the Giant, which sounds like a band I would have seen in middle school. But
it does feel like a high school band name, though. Like...
Yeah. Oh my god, I just saw Turquoise Fire the Giant open last night, and it was so cool.
It's so cool, man. So cool.
So that one sucks, but maybe you guys are cooler. So Bear, you first. Are we doing the first letter of Bear, the first letter of your real name?
We can do Bear. That's fine.
Okay. So, right, I got that one. I'm gonna reveal it after. The month you were born.
May.
Great. And the last letter of your last name.
Let's go H. Actually,
Okay.
let's do E. I'm actually changing my last name in a bit here.
Oh,
so,
incredible.
Yeah.
Okay. So, E?
E.
You
Yeah.
are White Smoke the Elder.
Oh, sick.
Ooh,
That actually sounds
That's
cool.
a good one.
Okay.
That's way cooler than mine.
That's pretty baller.
Yeah.
You have a mountain. I have a band.
I would definitely see White Smoke the
White
Elder.
Smoke
What was
the
it?
Elder.
The Elder.
Yeah. I'd watch that band.
Oh, he's also a band? Oh man,
Oh,
so I'm
man.
not even the coolest band.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
I
That
think
sucks.
not only should these be dragon names, these should also be band names. I think
Okay, great.
that's the way that this works.
This is a fantasy band name generator as well. Okay,
Yes,
so Chris, the first letter of your first name, I'm gonna
C.
hazard a guess is C. Okay, great.
It's C.
Month you're
okay.
born.
April.
Okay, and last letter of your last name.
S.
You.
Oh no.
You are Green Worm, the Intriguing.
Oh.
What's intriguing about you?
Green Worm the Intriguing.
Your weird eyebrows right there. Okay, cool. So,
I got the eyebrows.
Bear
How about
wins.
Caleb? Well, Caleb's here.
oh yeah. Let's
Yeah, I'm
also
still
see.
here. What's up?
Cool. Hey, what's the first letter of your first name? I know it's C, but say it.
C.
Great. What month were you born?
April.
Great. Oh my god. Wait, you're the same as Chris so far. And the last letter of your last name.
L.
Okay, so you are also Green Worm, but you're the queen.
Nice.
Wait, I'm Green Worm the Queen?
You're
Yeah,
Green
you're
Worm
a
the
dragon.
Queen.
What, you feel like a cold dragon? Chris is Green Worm the Intriguing. I think
Yeah.
I think the queen wins. The
I think the
Intriguing
queen is
sounds
cool.
like
Yeah.
we're trying to get around saying something a lot worse about him, so we're like, he's intriguing.
Intriguing, yeah.
So.
Eccentric is what they used to describe me when I was a child.
Oh.
I definitely think that Bear got the best name out of all of us.
Oh, by far.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. What's intriguing? Oh, Greenworm the Intriguing. What's intriguing? That smile? Then you could say that. Oh. Toothy Mona Lisa smile? Absolutely. Okay, there's a second of 3 dragon name generators, so we're gonna see what your names are with this one as well.
Okay.
I found 3, and then we're gonna do my weird name one.
That one was not great because basically it really doesn't have that much variation to it.
I don't think
it
any of
really-
these do. But...
Oh,
Yeah,
if you
well-
thought that one was bad, all right,
Okay.
let's go to this one. So in this one, I'm actually kind of cool. I am Forest Watcher Yulefire the Invincible.
Oh, that is actually pretty sick.
Dang.
And if
Dang.
power was tied to number of syllables, I'm pretty powerful. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
a
that is-
mouthful.
yeah.
So now we're going to Bear.
All right.
First letter of your first name.
B.
Still B?
Yeah, we'll stick with
All
B.
right. Okay, the
Oh,
month
B.
you were born.
May.
Say it again. May. And your birth date. So we've got different ranges of numbers. What day were you born?
The first.
Okay. You are the Infernal Ashwing the Ferocious.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
Ooh.
I'll take that.
Yeah,
That's-
Bear wins again.
I know. Well, we haven't done yours or Caleb's yet.
They've already given
That's
up.
true.
It's fine.
Ours will be the
This
same
is a-
again.
I know.
Yeah,
You're
actually,
gonna
they-
be the same again.
They're pretty close. They will be pretty close.
Well, okay. Chris, first letter of first name.
See,
Great.
Let's
Month
see.
you're born.
April.
You have to say it for fun.
April.
And then your birth date.
April 26th.
Okay. So you are I can read. You are Emerald Spring Scale, the Invincible. You're invincible with me.
Hey.
Heck yeah.
Emerald Spring Scale
yeah.
and Forest Watcher Yulefire also sound like, I don't know, like hippies who bring, like, they're just, like, their real names are, like, Laura and, like, Kaz.
Yeah.
But they came up with cool names, and that's, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. And that means, Caleb, we are still April. What day were you born, Caleb?
14.
14. Okay, so you are different. You are Emerald Spring Scale, the Mystical.
Mm-hmm.
You're not invincible. You're
like
just
that.
mystical. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that kind of.
Sorry about that.
I like being invincible.
Apologize.
I gotta make the rules.
I'm thinking about my stat block right now, and I'm like, all right, immune to all non-magical damage from piercing, slashing, bludgeoning.
Mm-hmm.
All right, immune to fire. Immune to
Well, we're invincible. We're immune to everything.
Immune to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
we're very
so.
strong. CR 96. Okay.
Yep.
Then I'm very good at balancing. Then we're in the last one. In this one, again, also sucks. I am Sapphire Blade, the Cruel.
The cruel. Yeah, it's got you right. Yeah, definitely.
It's got me pegged. It got Sapphire, and you know me, known for cruelty. Okay. Bear.
Yes.
Still a B.
All right, still a B.
For first letter, first name. The month you were born. Guessing it's the same.
Still May.
Okay, congratulations. And then the first letter of your family name, it says.
Okay. H.
H. Okay. So you are Whitetail the Voracious.
Okay.
Again, with I was about to say with the first generator, you're white again, but I guess that's sufficient. Yay! Congratulations.
Yeah.
I think all these are derivative of something. I'm not sure.
Well, the first one is like all colors. I told you it's not great. I just found them online. That's why we're laughing and having fun.
Exactly.
Okay. Then Chris, first letter of your first name.
C.
Well done. The month you were born.
April still.
You had to think about it.
Yeah. He thought about it. See, that's why I asked. If you don't know.
It might have changed.
I know. Decided. And then the first letter of your family name.
H.
You are Blue Fang the Voracious.
Yes.
Nice.
Ooh. Yeah.
His
And then-
birth month is perhaps fluid. Yeah, no one really knows when he was born.
It changes.
Yeah. Yeah. Leap years, change the month. Sometimes April, sometimes November. So Caleb, first letter of your first name, still C.
It is.
Congratulations. The month you were born, still April.
Yeah, it is.
Well done.
That's right.
And then the first letter of your family name.
W.
Ooh. You are. Wait. Okay. Yeah. Blue Fangs the Deceitful.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Deceitful.
And now, because that was so invigorating, we will do my horrible dragon name generator. So what we do with this is you take your name, and then depending on what letters are in it, you change it in certain ways to make your name a dragon name.
Oh, okay.
So for instance, I'll put it in chat. My name is Megan, for those who didn't know. Ooh. But my dragon name, after I rolled for it, is Mirgaznin.
Ah, interesting.
Isn't that kind of cool?
That actually is
kinda
pretty
cool.
neat.
I'm kind of awesome.
That
Yeah,
is-
you're welcome.
That was the coolest,
Wait,
coolest name so far, actually.
How did you rearrange? I don't see an
I'm
E or
putting
anything
it
like
in-
that.
Well, it's not a puzzle. I haven't told you how to do it yet, you dingus.
Okay.
I'm
He's
gonna
trying to
put
figure
the
it out. No,
rules
let him
in the
backward
chat.
reverse engineer this
Yeah.
real quick.
I'm not like, answer my riddles 3, reverse engineer my, no, I'm gonna give you the rules. Okay,
Here, why
so,
don't you put it in the Kickstarter chat so everyone else can do it too?
oh yeah. Well, I'll post it in Twitch chat and then I'll put it in Kickstarter after so
Okay.
I don't have to type this.
All
All right, so in order to make your name, you edit the vowels depending on what you roll. So you can roll a d6 On a 1 or 2, you take the first option. On a 3 or 4, I swear, if you guys don't have dice near you, you have to leave the company. 1 or 2, you pick option 1. 3 or 4, option 2. 5 or 6, you get option 3. So I'm gonna type the.
I need a D6, you said?
Yeah, D6.
All right, I got that.
I'm afraid
Well
that I'm going to
done.
have to leave the company. It sounds like.
Well, you
no
don't.
dice.
We know that you're a burgeoning tabletop nerd. You have an excuse, bud. You
I
can.
appreciate it.
We can teach you all about dice, and then you can teach us all about what a code is or whatever.
What a singular code is.
Yeah, I have one code. I know you look at strings, I imagine.
That is correct.
Sometimes it's a semicolon instead of a colon or something. You're like, oh no,
Sometimes integers. Yeah,
yeah.
that is it. That is correct.
See? I could basically make an app.
Did you say D6?
Yeah, D6.
Okay. My son has stolen my dice bag, it would appear.
That sounds about right.
Because normally it would be sitting right here, and it is gone.
Ooh.
But he has D&D club at school, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, you're doing good work.
Yeah,
as a
mine's
father.
over in my
All right.
backpack because
I'm
I'm
trying.
playing Pathfinder.
Oh, nice. How's that going?
We've had one session so far, and it went pretty well.
Nice. Okay. So
Okay.
I just put all the rules in the. Oh, that didn't format well. In the Twitch chat.
Oh,
And
I
I'll
see.
post it in. So if you have any of those letters in your name, then you change that letter to one of the options afterwards, and you roll a d6. If you get a 1 or 2, you pick the first option. If you roll a 3
Okay.
or 4, you take the second option. And if you roll a 5 or 6, you take the third option. And you do that for every letter, which is how I became Mirgaznin. Will it work for everyone's name? I don't know. I just made stuff up, but we'll see. I took this from inspiration for anyone who knows the comedian and the comic artist Nathan Pyle. He had one that was Make Your Ghost Name, and my name ended up being like Magoob Noob, which made me laugh for a week. So
Goob noob.
that's where the idea came from.
Okay. So
Borrare.
So the first letter
Sounds like
that
when
I
my
have.
stomach's upset. I go,
Yeah.
"Borrare."
So R. So I need to roll D6, and I got a 4. So that's going to be the G.
Second option. Mm-hmm.
Grr.
Yeah, it's best to do it in the order.
Yeah, and then I got an I, which is going to be Yith.
Nice.
Yith. And then
Yeah, you put some good Valley Girl stank on that. Yes. Yes.
Yith.
Yeah.
Or Tor. I'm using my full Christopher name.
Oh, then this is gonna take you like a year and a half.
I was gonna say we'll be
Yeah,
a while.
probably.
All right, we'll see you guys next stream.
Yeah,
when Chris...
all right, next stream. See what Chris's dragon name is.
All right, that's the T. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
That's always a good sign.
Or yep.
It reminds me of like when you're there's a sick little part of me that when I'm GMing, I love those little phrases that just scare a table and that don't mean anything. And I'm
same.
like, what's your passive perception? Or like
Yes.
little things like that. And I'm like, okay. And then no comment. It's so much fun.
Yeah, my favorite is just
follow up on it.
like they'll be talking and doing something, or like they'll open a door and you just roll randomly.
Just
like
roll.
no reason why I'm rolling, and now they're like, oh no, like what did we do? Like
Yeah.
you pick up the spoon off the table. All right, cool.
Dice. They're like,
What do you mean? Don't worry about it. It's fine.
What'd you roll?
Yeah.
I was checking if it was secretly a fork.
It's a cursed object. It binds to you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the last fork of Mirgaznin, actually. You're gonna need to really change your path as a character in order to get around that one.
Yeah.
Oh, a D6
So-
that glows under UV, Lord of Eat. Well done.
That sounds.
So I've written it out phonetically.
Okay.
Mine
Great.
is Chagith Torfair.
Okay.
These are at least somewhat serviceable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you spell
Chagith?
it?
Torfair. So it'd be CH GY TH. That's the first word, the first name. And then the last name would be TOR PH AE RH.
Wow.
It's a gift.
Torfair.
Torfair.
These are kind of serviceable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it works.
I think.
Definitely post this.
Trademark this.
I was gonna say, no, you have to make a random website now that only has this on it. All right, call it 100%. Like Dragon Name Generator .org. Yeah.
What did you get, Caleb?
I don't have any dice.
Oh, we can roll for you.
Okay, I'll roll for you.
We'll each take turns.
The seed stays the C, the A. Someone roll for Caleb's A.
I got a 6.
Okay. Your name's Kaz so far. And then L. Someone roll for the L.
2.
Kaz, name. And then E. Someone roll for the E.
Got it? 1.
Kazlamirb. I like
Kazlamirb.
Kazlamirb was cool. And then the B came back, and I was like, oh yeah. And then Kazlamir became Kazlamir, but I was like, oh.
But what if the B is silent? Kazlamir.
Oh,
B is silent.
Really?
You know,
the dragon's like really adamant that the B is silent.
I really like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Kazlamir.
People just pronounce my name all wrong all the time. Okay, it's fine.
Yeah.
Kazlamir.
It's actually pronounced cookie. It's just you don't know Draconic, so.
Side tangent. Caleb just sent me a video of some new functions within the Oracle RPG campaign builder. That looks amazing. So now when you select something on your table of contents or your main menu on the left hand side in the campaign builder, it not only jumps you to that area in the canvas, but also highlights that component for you.
Ooh.
Yes.
Very good.
That is nice. Yes, very nicely done. Oh, I'm excited.
Quite hype indeed.
And he did that with code.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Correct.
It's called,
Well done.
dude, it is.
Strings and integers.
It's pretty close to magic. I'm not gonna lie. It's like weaving spells at this point.
Yeah, it is magic. Well, this was a lot of fun, everybody. Thanks everybody for joining us on the chat. If you are watching this after the fact, thank you very much for backing our project, and I hope you enjoy the PDF previews, using them as much as we enjoyed making them. We will have more and more content drops as the campaign continues. The next one to come out will be the quests and Lairs preview, and then we'll also have the treasure hoard preview toward the end of the campaign, or maybe after the campaign ends, with no guarantees right now. There's a lot of content, thank you all so much. This has been amazing. We've got like 20 something days left in the campaign, so lots of time left to share a link with your friends. 21 days. Share a link with your friends and get them on board. But we're stoked. This has been a fun project, and we'll do more live streams, so stay tuned for those.
We have more questions. We have to do more live streams.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm just going to end up with about 30 cards by the end of it, and we'll just have to run another Kickstarter.
Just to answer the questions. Yeah,
I'm actually...
That'd be so bad they bleed over. Yeah.
yeah.
It's like we're still on Elemental Dragon questions, even though we're on a different Kickstarter.
In 3 years. In 3 years, we'll finally be done making
That's where it lines up.
And then we do another Elemental Dragons campaign. Oh, no.
There we go.
I have to make more questions.
2.0.
And then by then, I've patented my dragon name generator, and everything is great.
Yep. All right.
Well,
excellent.
Catch you guys all later.
Everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Happy gaming. Bye.